Welcome to Formula One Moments in Time with Lucien Byfield from South Australia. This week, memories of the Baku, Azerbaijan Grand Prix of the past. We have only witnessed a few races in Baku where the Azerbaijanis covered buildings with more desirous images to make the city look more modern. This was highly criticised and hardly achieved the desired effect when it was so well publicised. Also, to make things a bit worse, they hastily displayed slightly dodgy translated slogans around the track, leading to drivers like Daniel Ricciardo to make jokes quoting "Thank you Baku, well done Baku," etc. The track features one of the longest straights, if you can call it a straight, at around 2.2 kilometers, meaning if drivers set up their cars for speed and not cornering efficiency, we get to see the true top speed of a Formula One car, which is rare, apart from at a few circuits like Spa and Monza. In 2016, Valtteri Bottas hit 378 km an hour on that straight, and at the time was driving for Williams Mercedes. Oh, what Williams would give for that again. The Baku circuit is a circuit of extremes. It also features one of the tightest and most dangerous corner sequences from turn 9 to 12. And this caught out Lewis Hamilton in the first race in qualifying. Drivers have also complained bitterly about the lack of runoff areas and also loose curbs during practice sessions. In 2016, the race was held under the banner of the European Grand Prix, despite cynicism over the technicality of it not being a true European race. Formula One history has often given this title to extra races or races that double a certain country's Formula One entry, but in this case, who knows why they called it that. So, the first race, Nico Rosberg got pole, but Sergio Perez qualified second, giving Force India something to smile about, although gearbox penalties sent him back a few places. This was to prove a minor problem though, as Sergio somehow still got the car onto the podium. Nico Rosberg won the race, strengthening his title charge at the time, and he won despite having issues to do with the functions on the steering wheel. Now, the rules at the time meant that pit-to-car communication was banned, so in regard to the teams helping drivers during a race, it was left up to the drivers to sort out whatever problems they had. Now, Nico managed to overcome his in 2 laps, but Lewis Hamilton had a very similar problem and it took him 12 laps, leading to media and fan speculation over his partying lifestyle, inferring that Rosberg did his homework while Lewis partied. But as time has revealed, Rosberg was more thorough in the minutiae, and that at times Lewis did copy him on a few things. Shh, don't tell anybody. It's also like the legend of Senna. Not many seem to remember that he used a lot of Alain Prost's car setup knowledge. Oh, I digress. In 2017, the race was called the Azerbaijan Grand Prix for the first time, but it is remembered for Road Rage Gate. Such is Formula One's historical habit of linking any controversies to the Watergate scandal in the US. This time it was all about the road rage incident by a very deluded and paranoid Sebastian Vettel. Under a safety car, he was convinced that Hamilton had brake tested him, so he pulled up alongside and gave him a bit of bump and grind, very reminiscent of the red mist Ayrton Senna had at times. As for the race, Vettel was given a lame penalty, which he contested, asking when had he driven dangerously. Psycho alert! He should have been banned for a few races for that kind of driving, but Formula One doesn't penalise the big names because they fill seats. Seats equal money. Anyway, as for Lewis, he had a cockpit headrest issue and had to pit, losing an easy win. So the mighty honey badger, Daniel Ricciardo, stepped up and performed some of his incredible passing moves and won a race he had no business in winning. One notable point in this race was how Lance Stroll, in his debut year at Williams, a gift brought by his daddy, somehow made it to the podium, despite a mostly average year at that point. Now, he was going to finish second, but Bottas, after an average race in the beginning, where he punted Raikkonen out, hunted Stroll down and got him just on the line. Oh, and Force India, the giant killers in 2016, were having a torrid year in 2017 with a great car but 2 drivers, Ocon and Perez, who kept hitting each other, and once again they tangled, costing a definite podium and a possible win. Speaking of a possible win, Felipe Massa was ahead of Stroll and right up the pointy end, and his car broke down. This could have been and should have been his final career win. On a humorous note, Kimi Räikkönen gave us some incredible sound bites when the race was red flagged and his team didn't hand him the steering wheel while they were wheeling him down the pit lane. Look it up, it is hilarious. The quite monosyllabic Kimi was furious and sounded like a madman.
Steering wheel! Give me the steering wheel! Hey!
In 2018, it was a tale of two stories. Firstly, the Red Bull incident where Max Verstappen and Daniel Ricciardo crashed, largely due to Max doing his moving under braking thing he has so often got away with. Red Bull, fronted by the total wuss that is Christian Horner, forced both drivers to apologise to the team afterwards, when everybody knew that it was Max that had caused the accident. There'd been little tangles earlier in the race as well. Now, just like in the Vettel days, Red Bull, via Horner, made it very clear that they couldn't and wouldn't discipline their number one golden-haired child. And this in part led to Daniel Ricciardo leaving the team at the end of the year. The other big story was how Bottas continued to lead races and not win them in 2018. His bad luck when leading and heading for a win gifted Hamilton a win on that day when Lewis said of himself that he was driving poorly after flat spotting tyres. Say what you want about the prolific winners, but Hamilton has had a lot of freebies in his time. Yes, he's amazing too, we all know that, but not this day. I think of drivers like Martin Brundle who never won a race, and then you look at drivers who are having average races and driving off pace and they get gifted wins. Oh, the Formula One gods are cruel. Late in that race, after a safety car, Sebastian Vettel still had a chance to win, and he blew it trying to take the lead into turn 1. And 2018 was to bring us many average drives and mistakes from Vettel. I have got to mention Nico Hülkenberg, whom I rate highly, but who, at this track, on 2 consecutive occasions, has binned the car when he had a chance of that first elusive podium, if not a great points haul. Great drivers do take their chances when they are presented, like Perez does, and Nico has had chances, plenty of them, yet he seems to throw them away. He seems destined to be a 7th place driver. Think of Brazil 2012 as one of the many. And so to this year, 2019, well, we cannot keep talking about how fast Ferrari are this year, how dominant they will be and how on top they are, not after 3 Mercedes 1-2s in a row. For this race, it has got to be Lewis. He is on form, way more so than this time last year, and he is leading on points, has 2 wins out of 3 races, and let's face it, the best team and car of all. Sorry Bottas, but the beard may have won it for you in Australia, but you will only win on days when Hamilton is having a bad hair day. He has a few of those. Anyway, and even last year, due to no fault of your own, Hamilton beat you then, when he was driving slower than you. Oh my goodness. Anyway, so this might be a snore fest, but we can enjoy looking at fake buildings and the inevitable crashes here or there. Anyway, that's it for this time on Formula One Moments in Time with Lucien Byfield from South Australia. Catch you later.